Take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy, baby.
Oh my god. So of course I just recorded this whole video and I gotta do it all over again because obviously I thought I was recording and I wasn't recording.
But you better fix your hair. That shit look weak.
So anyway, what's up y'all? So I'm back. I've been doing YouTube for like on and off for like 10 years. That's pretty sad. But I want to stay consistent this year. I gotta go to finish everything I started this year. Not finish, but you know, be consistent with everything that I started. But get into the story. I just want y'all to get to know me a little bit. You're gonna learn that I'm a little bit reserved, so I'm sorry if I seem a little dry. It's gonna take a little bit of time for me to get back comfortable in front of the camera. It's always kind of weird just sitting here talking to the camera because like I said, I'm kind of reserved until I get to know people. Then that's when I'm outgoing, so y'all get to know my personality over time. But I think it's important for everybody to tell their life story, things that they've been through in life, lessons that they learned, so that other people can learn from you. You never know who can relate. So let's get into it. I'm sorry if I'm talking fast. Like I said, this is my second time telling this story. So, like I was saying, sorry if you hear noise in the background. My sister and my niece are here. When I was 18, I received $100,000 because my father died while my mom was pregnant with me. So I got it through a life insurance policy. I think it was maybe only like $50,000 when I first got it. My mom and my stepdad put it in an interest-bearing account and CDs and different things like that so that it accumulated more money and interest over time. And the grand total when I turned 18 was $100,000. So I was always told growing up, like, oh, you're gonna be set for life. You ain't gonna worry about nothing. You know, you probably ain't gonna never have to work. Like, nobody in my family never seen this much money all at one time, so they just selling me all types of dreams. I'm like, bet. Like, I wasn't just a slouch growing up because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get this money or whatever. I was super in it. You know, I had my hobbies, I had my goals. I always wanted to write since I was really young. I did write even when I was in school. I was a good student, always been smart. So I think the only way that it affected me growing up is because like the closer I got to 18, I just wanted to do things my own way and I didn't feel like I had to. I'm like, well, I'm not about to need y'all for nothing, so
Period.
yeah. So anyway, I went to Wayne State University. I don't feel like that was the best move, even though it was paid for. So I did get to have a college experience. I didn't have to pay for that. I had got an apartment when I got the money. We had split it into two $50,000 checks. So my mom and my stepdad, they took $50,000 to hold for me because the plan was I was going to invest the money when, you know, buy some properties and rent them out and just, like I said, kind of let the money work for me. So the $50,000 that I took, blew through it for no reason. When I tell you my first apartment that I had was only like $450 a month, and it was a 1-bedroom, and it was decent. You'll never be able to find that again. I had a boyfriend at the time, was buying him anything that he wanted, unfortunately.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
That's another story for another day. Also, I was shopping, just buying whatever I wanted. I was at Somerset. I'm from Detroit. I live in Atlanta now, but I was at Somerset every weekend. That's the mall that has all the high-end designers. Like, it's like your Lenox for Detroit, for most people who are more familiar with that reference. But yeah, so I was living their life, taking my friends shopping, just doing whatever I wanted to do. Mind you, I grew up in a very, very strict household. So I was like, I'm free. Like, I know how to act. I got all this money. I got my own place. I got my car. I couldn't nobody tell me nothing. So I blew through that. And maybe the first $50,000, I blew through that in about 6 months. It's really sad to say. It's kind of emotional to say it now. It's very, very dumb. But anyway, yeah, so I called my mom. I'm like, I need the other 50. And she was like, girl, for what? Like, what you do with the other money? What you need this for? I'm like, cause y'all not helping me like y'all said y'all was gonna help me. It's just sitting over there. I wanna, you know, buy some stuff. I need to invest in something and blah, blah, blah. So I'm saying all this. I did end up getting the money. I deposited into my account and put half of it, I think, into another CD. I was taking withdrawals out that CD so much, it ain't even hardly build no interest. Like I said, I'm 18 with this money, more money than I ever seen before, and I just didn't really know I didn't know how to be responsible with it, and nobody was really coaching me or being a mentor for me to make sure that I didn't just blow through it, which $100,000 is not really a lot once you have had that amount of money. Especially when you're not using it responsibly. So, I mean, right now, knowing what I know now, if I knew what I know now then, it would have been life-changing for me. Like, I think about it now, I'm like, it's no possible reason why I shouldn't be a millionaire right now. It's ridiculous. I'm working every day now. Anyways. So, yeah. I blew through the second half. I had bought my boyfriend at the time, bought him a car. I wasn't buying anything that was like super expensive. It was like I was buying foreign cars or anything like that. Like I bought him a Charger. I had a Malibu was the first car that I bought, and then I ended up crashing that car. Got Impala after that. So it was you know, I wasn't going too crazy as far as that, but clothes. Buying whatever bag, whatever shoes, whatever clothes I wanted, just going crazy. So everybody was like, dang, like what's Carla doing? Like, what's she's selling drugs over there? Like, it was so much speculation about why I just was living the way I was living at that age, because I was only 18, 19. So then, anyway, I moved into a new apartment, and I think I was like 20, so I didn't blow through the money as fast as I thought. I was about 20 when all the money was gone. At that time, I had started working because the money started getting low, so I was like, all right, like, I need to supplement this little bit of money that I have left. Maybe I had like 20 left, so I'm like, let me get a job. So I started working at Sears, and I started working at Bank of America. I was working part-time at both. It was a mess. It's just no way that I should have been doing that. I had stopped going to school because when I had all the money, like I said, I was going to Wayne State free. I had pretty much a free ride, and I was still getting money back from a refund check. Man, it's just so crazy to think about it now. Like, I was in a position that most people don't even see in a lifetime, just to be honest, and blew it. So,
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
oh yeah, so I got the second apartment. That apartment set on fire. When I tell you I lost everything that was in that apartment, I lost everything. Everything that I had bought with that money, all of it, it was gone. The Impala that I bought after I crashed the other car, engine blew. Both jobs, fired. I lost, my life was in shambles when I was just about to turn 21. As fast as you get something is as fast as you can lose it. It's so true. So I ended up, after all that happened, I ended up moving to Ohio with my family. I stayed in Ohio, my cousin and aunt and uncle. I was staying there, and I ended up studying pharmacy, and I passed the pharmacy technician state board, and I started working in pharmacy, which I still work in pharmacy to this day. I went back to school and got a degree over time. That was just in 2018. That I was still working. Like, my mom was even like I'm surprised, like, you didn't let it, like, you kept working, and you know, you didn't like let it break you. You still had some hustling. I guess she didn't think that I would, just because I had always had that money to fall back on. She didn't know how I was gonna react to losing it all. Which I don't fault my parents for it, because like I said, they didn't know I come from a working class family, middle class. I didn't really grow up wanting for anything or anything like that, but nobody has seen that amount of money at one time to really know how to deal with it, or how to tell me how to use it to set myself up in an even better situation. So now it's like I do well for myself. I do look back on that, and I kind of, I wouldn't say I regret it. I learned so much from it, like so much, because now I'm going, that's why I titled this video my first $100,000, how I lost it, because I know I'm gonna get, I mean, I've made that money back over a couple times over the years since then, but not all at one time. I know I'm gonna get that back times way more, because just the mindset I'm in, just the determination that I have to achieve what I need to achieve. It taught me that, like I said, you can have something one minute, it can be gone the next. Anything material stuff is just not that important. I see people bragging about, oh, they have this, they have that. Don't get me wrong, I still like nice things. I love nice things. I'm from Detroit. We're like I said, flashy. We like stuff. We like, that's just how we are. It's just kind of a state of mind. So I think that's part of the reason why I blew through that money so fast too. But anyway, you appreciate things more when you work for it. I was given that, so I didn't like I said, I felt entitled. I always knew I had that coming. So in my mind, it kind of felt like this is never running out until I seen the money getting low and I didn't have any other money coming in. It was like, all right, you got to do something. So now everything that I have, like I said, I don't have anything to show for when that happened. Everything that I have now is stuff that I worked very hard for. I think that God was trying to show me, like, you can't put your trust in all this material. Like, he literally took everything away from me to sit me down for a second and have me realize, like, you can't take none of this stuff for granted. I didn't see it as a blessing. I just seen it as something that that was mine. Like, that was kind of how I took it. So I think that was a big part of the problem and the reason why I needed to learn that lesson. When I set stuff up for my son, going forward, I'm 29 now. So this was 10, 11 years ago when I got this money. When I set my son up, you know, when I put money aside for him for when he's 18, I'm gonna make sure that's invested properly. I'm gonna make sure that he knows what he wants to do with it, make sure that he realizes not to take it for granted, and it's not just something that he's entitled to. He's still gonna have to work for it a little bit just to appreciate it, you know. It's just, you just learn so much from stuff that you go through, and I just know that's gonna be better second time around. I feel like, I don't know, I'm leaving a lot of holes in this story, but like I said, I'll do more story times and I'll tell you about the boyfriend that I had at the time. I'll tell you more about how I was raised and stuff like that, and how that kind of feels in that story. But anyways, part of my goal, like I said, this year is to be consistent with YouTube. I've always wanted to do YouTube for a very long time. You'll see, like, even on this channel, I think I still have some of my old videos posted on, but life happens, things change, it's hard to find the time, but I'm gonna find the time. Just subscribe and make sure that y'all like and comment and share, please, because it's a big goal for me this year. I got, like I said, more story times. Tell me what y'all want me to talk about. I don't gotta just sit here and do it. We could do some mukbangs, we could do some get ready with me's. I could tell y'all how I gained 30 pounds in 3 months, which I was like 97 pounds, and then now I'm like 130. Some of y'all might have been subscribed to our family channel that I had with my ex and my son, but that's another story time for another day. I'll tell y'all why that ended and why y'all gonna come with me and see the whole thing. I'm looking for a new place. Y'all gonna meet my son and get acquainted with him, and like I said, just get to know more about me, and yeah, it's gonna be a good time. Y'all get to go on this little journey with me, this dating journey that I'm not liking too much right now. just everything. We got a lot to talk about. I got a lot of content to bring to y'all this year, so stay tuned. Like I said, make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, and click on the links in the description box below. Like, no, I'm practicing. I'm trying to get my YouTube persona together. We gonna get it together though. See y'all in the next. Bye.